And right now we're in Studio B. I'm joined by Lee Williams, investigative reporter with the Herald Tribune. Lee, welcome. And an interesting case that you've been looking into involving an assistant state attorney, Jesse Weissman, and some vehicle crashes. There's some questions behind these. What have you found out?
The question behind all of it is, was she showing favoritism? She's involved in one crash initially around 1 a.m. on I-75 near Clark Road, and minutes later she's involved in another one on Fruitville. She was on the interstate and is alleged by a family that was in a minivan to have rear-ended them. They pulled over. She allegedly took off, and they followed her. And you can hear what they're saying and what they're telling dispatchers on the 911 tape, which we have on our website. And then finally she makes it up to Fruitville. She exited off on Clark, got back on the interstate, got off on Fruitville, and she turns onto Cattleman Road and strikes a brick sign that's mounted in a center median there and stops.
And we know that two agencies are working on this. The Florida Highway Patrol responded, as well as the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office?
FHP was their accident. Sheriff's Office was assisting. Even though she'd been in two early morning crashes, and you hear plainly on the 911 call, the people in the minivan are saying several times, she's drunk driving, she's driving drunk. They administer no field sobriety tests, no roadside Olympics. They don't ask her to submit to any kind of breath test at all. In addition, after I started asking questions about it, the trooper who wrote the initial report changed his report, pretty much removing her from it.
And we should say that so far, Weissman has not been charged with a crime.
Not been charged with the crime. And as far as I know, today has not been charged with the crime. The only people that are alleging that she was intoxicated are the family in the van, and then some sources that are familiar with the case.
So where does this case go from here? Has the family hired an attorney?
They have not yet. I have spoke to them last week. I'll speak to them again. We'll see. It was a rental van, so they needed to get the tag. They even tried to talk her into stopping, but she didn't.
All right, Lee, I know you're going to stay on this. Great reporting as always. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Grant.